Okay, and you can hear me? Okay. Okay, perfect. So because everyone has, or most of you at least, have been here before, let's just go ahead and get started. The only change I'll do today is we'll start with the leg workout instead of the arm workout. So it's pretty consistent as we've always been doing. So let's go ahead and start with our regular warm-up, which starts with running in place, and go ahead and start. So we'll do this for 30 seconds, and then we'll switch to butt kicks as we always do. We'll just do some cardio for the next 2 minutes or so, and just get really warmed up, and then switch to stretches as always. So another 10 seconds of these, and then we'll switch to butt kicks. Okay, ready, switch. Try to get your heels as close to your butt as possible. We'll do this for 30 seconds, and then switch to high knees. If you feel a little bit of a stretch in your quads, that's normal. Another 10 seconds here, and then we'll switch. Ready? Switch to high knees. Get your knees as high as you possibly can. Hold that for 30 seconds. And then the next exercise will be jumping jacks. Try to make your thigh parallel to the ground when you lift it. So another 5 seconds here. And switch to jumping jacks. Good job, everyone. So after this, we will plank for a minute, and then move on to side planks for 30 seconds each. 5 seconds left here. Okay, good job. So now let's move on to our plank, and we'll do this for a minute. This is just a regular front plank. Go ahead. Keep your body straight. You should feel it in your core as much as possible. If you feel it in your back, that's okay too. We'll just hold this for a minute, or however long you're comfortable with. This workout should be pretty adaptable to your experience level, so if you'd like to drop a little bit sooner, that's okay. But push yourself and try to hold it for as long as possible. 20 seconds left, and then we'll move on to a side plank immediately. We'll start with the left side. In another 10 seconds. So just hold. Catch your breath. All right, ready? Switch to side planks. You should feel it right here in your side core. You can put your arm on your hip or above your head like this. I like to keep mine on my hip. So we're about halfway there. You guys are doing really well. Hold this position for another 7 seconds, and then we'll switch to the other side. Ready, switch. And again, you should feel it in your side core. And just hold. Sometimes I feel this in my shoulders as well. Another 10 seconds left. We're almost there. 2, 1. Okay, go ahead and drop. Now we'll start with our squats. So let's just do 15 of these plain squats, thighs parallel to the ground as much as possible. So go ahead and start. 1, 2, 3. And you can do however many you're comfortable with, depending on on your experience level. If you'd like to take it up, do 20 squats, go ahead and do that. If you're more comfortable doing 5 squats, that's okay too. 2 more here, and then I'll switch to squat curtsies. Squat curtsies look like this. You squat once, curtsy down. Squat once, curtsy down. And that'll be 1 rep. Let's do 10. Ready, go. And again, if you're more comfortable doing less reps, that's okay. This is a good way to warm up your quads, warm up your body, warm up your thighs, and get ready for the rest of the exercises that we're going to be doing. I've provided some alternatives to the ones that we've been doing over the past couple weeks, as well as some of the original exercises that I included. This is my 7th squat curtsy. I'm going to try to get up to 10. I'm feeling a little bit of a burn in my quads. That's okay, that means it's working. And this is my last one. Okay, good job. Let's switch to some stretches. And first, we're going to start by stretching out our delts. So let your left arm be straight and pull that arm back as far as possible with your right arm. Bend it and pull it as far back as possible. You should feel it in your shoulders. Hold for about 5 seconds and switch to the other side. Now right arm straight, left arm pulls it back as far as possible. And then when you're ready, after holding this, switch, and what we're going to do now, left arm touches your shoulder, right arm pulls this arm back. You should feel a little bit of a stretch here in your tricep. Good job. It looks like everyone has the right position, so that's good. Hold this for 10. Viva's even doing it off camera. And switch to the other side. This time, your right arm touches your shoulder, left arm pulls that back, and you should feel a little bit of a stretch in your tricep. And now, we're going to lean over to the right side and stretch out our core. You can keep your arm on your hips if that's more comfortable for you. Hold this for about 10 seconds. And when you're ready, roll over and touch your right foot. Keep your legs straight. They should be about shoulder width apart. And try to get your head as close down to your knee as possible. And we're just going to hold this for 10 seconds. And then when you're ready, go ahead and switch to the center. Again, legs should be straight, knees should be straight. Feet should be shoulder width apart. Try to get as low as possible. It's okay if you can't get all the way down yet. And then when you're ready, switch to the other side. Now we're on the left side. Can you guys still see me? You can't see me. Okay, let's. Yeah. Hold on. How about now? Can you see me now? Am I still spotlighted? Like this? Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. I just looked up and I didn't see my video anymore. Okay. As we were saying, reach over, touch your left toes on your left leg, and get your nose as close to your knees as possible. possible. Just hold this for another 10 seconds. And then when you're ready, rise and lean over to the left. Just as we did before, but instead the other side. Okay, good job. Now we'll stretch out our quads. And as I've mentioned before, this isn't a balancing stretch, so go ahead and hold on to something if you need to. But what you want to do is you want to hold your toes, make sure your quads, make sure your knees are parallel, or knees can be touching even. And you'll feel a stretch right here in your quads. Hold that for 10 seconds, and then when you're ready, switch. Again, hold on to something if you need to. Just pull your quad as far back as possible. You'll feel a stretch right here. And once you've done that, put your feet close together, knees straight, reach down, touch your toes. We'll hold this for about 10 seconds. Good time to catch your breath. Put your face as close to your knees as possible. And when you're done, lift, cross your right leg over your left leg, and reach down, touch your toes again. Bend over, try to keep your back straight. Put your face as close to your knees as possible. Feel a little stretch there. And then go ahead, lift, cross your left leg over your right leg this time. Bend over, touch your toes. And hold. Okay, now we'll do some stretches on the ground. So what you want to do, go ahead and sit down, legs extended. What I'm going to do first is cross my right leg over top of my left, put my left elbow on my right knee, and push it back to the left as far as possible. But everyone have it? Hold this position for 10 seconds. I'm looking in the right direction. So you should feel a little bit of tension right here. A little bit of a twist. Okay, now we'll switch. Right leg extended this time. Left leg crosses over top of the right leg. Bent. Now, right elbow on the left leg, and I'm moving my body to the left. Now we'll straighten both and just go ahead and touch your toes one more time. Get your body as low as possible. Keep your knees straight. Try to touch your nose to your knee. And hold this for 10 seconds. And then spread your legs as far as possible. Reach over to your left side. Keep your knees straight. Touch your face as close to your knee as possible. Hold for 10 seconds. Okay, good. Now reach over to your right side. Knees straight. Face as close to your knee as possible. Hold for 10 seconds. Point your toes if you can. And just hold. And then last stretch here, just crawl your fingers out in front of you and go as far down to the center as possible. and just hold. Okay, and those were our stretches. We'll go ahead and start with the leg exercises now. I'm gonna start with legs this time because last week we spent a lot of time on arms and not as much time on legs. So this week I'm gonna focus on leg exercises. We'll do some arms towards the end as well and some core exercises. So I've come up with alternatives as well. What we'll start with is up and down squats. So what that looks like is you squat, you put one knee down, the other knee down, one knee up, the other knee up, back into a squat. Then you stand up and go back down into a squat. And we'll do 5 of these. Or, as an alternative, what you can do is what we've been doing over the last couple of weeks, which is squat, extend, squat, extend. And try to do 10 of those if you're doing that. Again, if you're less experienced, you can take that down, do 2 or 3 maybe. If you're more experienced, you can try to do extra. So I'm gonna start by doing the squat up and down. So squat, one knee down, the other knee down, one knee up, other knee up, stand. That was my first rep. Go ahead and start if you haven't already. Squat, knee, knee, leg up, and stand. Squat, down to a kneel, essentially, and then back up to a squat, stand. Squat, this is my third now. Down to a kneel, back up to a squat, stand up. Squat, kneel, back up to a squat, extend. Here's my fourth, kneel, kneel, back up to a squat, extend. Squat, kneel, kneel, back up to a squat, extend. Okay, now I'm gonna start by teaching you another exercise. These are called donkey kicks. So you get on the ground as if you're crawling, like a toddler would crawl. Then what you do is you extend one foot out straight. I'm extending my right foot, or my left foot out right now. And then you just lift it and put it back on the yoga mat. Lift it, back on the yoga mat. So let's try to do 15 of these. And as an alternative, what we've done in the past is we've done inner leg raises. So what we've done is extend the left foot, cross the right over the left, lean over to the left, and lift the left leg. So you can do these as an alternative. But today I'm going to show the donkey kicks, which again look like this. So I'm going to do 15 of these, and what we've done in the past is inner leg raises. We've done 10 of those. So do what you're more comfortable with. Let's start. I'm going to go ahead and do 15. Again, this is meant to be adaptable to your skill level. You can do less if you wish, more if you wish. And now we can go ahead and switch. Whatever exercise you were doing before, just switch it to your other leg. Again, try to get to 15 if you can. Okay, the next 2 exercises we're all going to do together. What we're going to do is we'll just do a glute bridge hold for 30 seconds. So we've done this before, so you might be familiar with this exercise. Just hold this position for 30 seconds, and I'll go ahead and time it on my Fitbit. Go ahead and raise to that position if you haven't already, and start. We'll just hold this. You might feel it in your thighs. You might feel it in your inner thighs. Get your chest, get your body off the ground, your core off the ground. And just hold this position. And after this, we'll just do a squat hold for 30 seconds. So just hold for another 5 or 6 seconds and drop. And now we'll just go right into our squat hold, and I'll time it. start. Hold this for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to teach you a new exercise, and I'll reiterate what we've done in the past if you're more comfortable with those exercises. We'll just hold this for another 15 or so seconds. I'm timing it on my Fitbit, don't worry, I won't keep you over. And go ahead and stop. So now we're going to do quad extensions. So again, it requires you to be in this crawling position. And what you're going to do is just lift your quad up and put it back down. Lift it up, put it back down. Let's try to do 10 of these. And if you're more comfortable with the exercises we've been doing in the past, to remind you, what we've done is we've done a glute bridge with a single leg raise. We went down and back up. We did 10 of those before. So I'm going to do the quad raises, and whenever you're ready, go ahead and start. I'll do 10 of these. First, start with your left leg, and then we'll do our right leg as well. Okay, so I did my 10. I'm going to switch. Go ahead and switch to your opposite leg, whichever exercise you're choosing to do. Okay, and that was the end of our leg exercises. Let's take a minute break, grab a sip of water, and then we'll switch to arms and core. Let me get a thumbs up if you're feeling good. I see some thumbs. Okay, are we ready to start? So, arm exercises. I've taught you all these exercises before, so let's go through them a little bit more quickly than we normally would. What we'll start with is Russian twists. Get your feet off the ground if possible. Do a regular sit-up and twist from one side to the other, starting with 8 twists. Do a sit-up, then do 7 twists, another sit-up, 6, count all the way down to 0. So ready? Go. Let's start with 8. Now let's do a sit-up and do 7. And another sit-up, 6 twists this time. Sit-up, 5 twists. Another sit-up, 4. And now sit up and 3 twists. 2 this time. 1 twist. And just a regular sit up. Okay, now we'll switch to push-ups. You can do them on your knees like this, or you can do them on your toes like this. And we'll do 5 to 10, whatever you're comfortable with, on your knees or on your toes. And go ahead and get started. Okay, good job everyone. Next, what we're gonna do is Supermans. Let me just check my notes really quickly. So what we did before was crunches like this. So if you're more comfortable, you can do crunches, but I'm going to show you Supermans, which is you lift your feet off the ground, lift your chest off the ground. Lower, lift, lower, lift. And let's try to do 20 crunches or 20 Supermans. And go ahead and start. about halfway there. And then we're going to switch to dips, which is getting your body in a tabletop position, lowering and lifting. You'll feel it in your triceps. Let's do 15 of these. Okay, good job everyone. And this is the last exercise. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get back into that Superman position with your toes off the ground, your chest off the ground. We're gonna move our arms forward like a real Superman and then back in. And then don't let your arms touch the ground. And let's try to do 10 of these. So ready, go. 1, 2, you can count in your head. We'll do 10. You'll feel it maybe in your back. This is my last one. Okay, and good job. That's the end of our workout today. So get a sip of water, take a break, and in 15 minutes, we'll have the Dance to Fitness session. Thank you, everyone.